Garbage Trash 01091984. Conclusion. I've done everything I can. I've written letters, I've read books, completed training, volunteered, babysat, nannied, apprenticed, graduated college. But have been unfortunate not to have been born a genius, brilliant, smart, intelligent human. Who didn't waste time hanging out with a bunch of Mexican friends and Lakota women, a Lakota woman. Didn't work starting at 15 at a Chinese fast food restaurant, and most likely didn't have a baby die during the September 11th, 2001 enlistment a lot of my friends chose in the military, and have to grow, have to be 18, have to have a single mom who's having a hard time, with a sister who's in college already and wants to move to Seattle, Washington to go to the university here in the city, UW. And choosing to go where Chuck said, where Chuck suggested, to be an officer in the Navy, in the United States Navy. In a military different from when he was a part of the branch in the government military of the United States of America. The words don't get any more stimulus filled. The words that I'm speaking now don't get any better. Life here in Seattle, Washington only gets more restricted, more contained, more social, more political, and more restricted. There's no church like out in Tennessee where there's people I could be friends with and talk with and communicate with and learn with. There's places to go to talk about God and Jesus, and men waiting to give me instructions, and women willing and ready and excited to stand right by their side and support them in their endeavors, in their beliefs in the Holy Bible. There's community for homeless. There's gangs for those brilliant, ingenious, drug-selling, war-loving, violent criminals. There's love in the eyes of the person who listens to their neighbor in the apartment next door. And there's color in the hair of the social working, mental health guru. And there's prescriptions in the hands of the psychologist, the psychiatrist, the neuro mistake solving, lithium giving healer. I no longer live on an earth where there's benefit for working hard. I no longer live on a planet where energy directed towards achievement has more benefit than planning to buy a tent, planning to buy warm clothes, planning to get a train ticket, planning to travel to the Appalachian Mountains, Alaska, Montana, Wyoming. To see death peacefully. And without blood and drugs and thugs with meth and crack and heroin and fentanyl dripping from people's faces. In other words, a quick death from the wolf eating me alive, the bear devouring my body and brain. In a natural system, and not some person who sits in a seat downtown who says, all we need are more buildings called housing. And what needs to get fixed are those stupid, freaking horrible, obnoxious, and disgusting hormones and those people with their emotions and their voices and their thoughts and their thinking about the United States of America. The pathetic and gosh darn disgusting place who's destroyed the world, killed and murdered and ruined all they've touched with their hands and their guns and their feet and their boots. There's no time now to be excited. There's no time now to be energized, motivated, and inspired. to do the work to get into medical school. There's a government ready to take away my money. There's a government ready to have me go live on the street in a tent next to some drug dealer, drug addict who they say are all a part of the world that I am. And I need to just figure out how to live with them. As one person said it in a shelter, an African American woman, she looked at my face and I looked at her and she said, "Find a place and go there." But I don't have anywhere left to go. Everybody's made the right, the left, the up, the down, and all around and all over the land. Safe and fun for people who work and make enough money. For people who've never had cancer and not had a family to go move in with when they fail. For people who don't care about not eating, not leaving their dwelling, and who are fine in a closed loop system of stimulus and reward. These are the kind of people who don't have to stare at a flashing red light on a video screen and be at risk and be in danger saying those words out loud and not simply bowing and following the commands of the master. And their supporters and their folks and people who will someday, soon, someday, later, and someday for certain, dispose of garbage trash 01091984. The end.